Yes, in the last year you may have got record numbers using your service on TV, radio and online because everyone was locked in their blooming house. But what did you do with all that time that you had people using your services for? You showed repeats. Lots and lots and lots. Hi, it's me again, and one of the things that the BBC tries to sell itself on to get your TV licence fee money is the quality of its kids' programming. But it's not quality anymore, is it? Can you name one of the really good hot kids' TV shows that's on BBC that BBC made? I don't know, there probably is one, I think. But let's take a look at this story because this emphasises my point. Let's have a look. Kids have ditched the BBC for Netflix and YouTube, and men think the broadcaster doesn't reflect them anymore, according to their annual report. The BBC have been beaten by online streaming services that have poached their younger audiences, while men are feeling left out. This doesn't surprise me at all. I don't have kids myself, but I have lots of family members that are small human beings, also known as children. And I spend a lot of time with them where and when I can. And I've never seen one wanting to turn on the BBC to show me something they like to watch. You know, whenever they want to show me their favourite programmes, it's Netflix, or they pick up their tablet computers, because they're spoiled, obviously, and they're showing me something on YouTube Kids, and they're watching YouTube. They live on YouTube. They're watching unboxing videos, you know, the boys watching how to play FIFA better, and all of this thing. And they're watching their cartoons on YouTube as well. Kids don't watch BBC. Kids aren't interested in BBC. They've moved on. BBC's old-fashioned. Anyway, ranting. Let's read the rest of the story. The broadcaster's annual report revealed the likes of Netflix, YouTube and Disney Plus are stealing the under-6s away from them in particular. Under-16s are also looking elsewhere, with the number of teens using the BBC each week falling from 81% last year to 77% in 2020 to 21. That doesn't sound at all right, does it? Now remember that this report comes from the BBC themselves, and then listen to that again. Under-16s are also looking elsewhere, with the number of teens using the BBC each week falling from 81% last year to 77% this year. How's that work? 77% of teens are using the BBC. I could not disagree more with that. The only way that would be real is if they're including, you know, there was an app for homeschooling and everything that was done by the BBC. If they're including that data in it, I could believe it. But just watching stuff on the BBC, there's no way on earth 77% of teens are watching anything on the BBC. I want to see where they got these numbers from. That's what I want to know. The research found that over a quarter of men now feel that the channel no longer reflects people like me. Yeah, I've heard it and I feel it. I don't watch BBC, but I do enough research on this to understand. The figure climbed to 28%, up from 25% last year, whereas the female figures remained at 20%. Only 75% of men agreed that the BBC is effective in its mission to inform, educate and entertain, while 82% of women backed the Beeb's effort. So what's that 7% difference between men and women there? That 7% is probably EastEnders or some other soap opera, I would imagine, isn't it? But if you're a man out there, and I'll pop up on the screen the demographics for my channel now, I am proud to say I'm mostly watched by men, I don't have a problem with that, and older gentlemen also. So you, in the comments below, older gentlemen, you let me know if you feel the BBC represents your thoughts and what you like. I think I can guess where it's going to go. Despite some of the upset it seems to have prompted amongst its male viewership, the report celebrated the female success from over the last year. The cover proudly showed off Line of Duty's female stars Vicky McClure and Kelly MacDonald after the programme became the most watched drama of the last 12 months. That's most watched drama over the last 12 months on the BBC. It's not the... Don't fall for their wording. It's not the most watched drama over the last 12 months. That falls to a Netflix show called Bridgerton, followed by The Crown. The increased female presence on screen has proved popular with the younger audience that the BBC is so eager to entice, with 40% of 16 to 34-year-olds saying they enjoyed content more as a result of seeing and hearing more women. Don't have a problem with that. The problem I do have with that is it's proved popular with the younger audience that the BBC are so eager to entice 16 to 34-year-olds. which is the lowest demographic of paying TV licence fees there is. Everyone over the age of 34 pretty much has their own home and will be paying a TV licence fee unless they've watched my videos and learnt how to. 16-year-olds aren't, are they? Up to 34, they're still not, because that's the streaming generation. They're not interested in your TV licence. And I know that's why you're targeting them, but the problem is, BBC, you're losing the older crowd. You're losing loads of them because you're not making any stuff for them. You're not. A BBC spokesman said, that's rare, it's normally spokesperson. Unless it's a woman, then it's a BBC spokeswoman. But they've actually left spokesman in. I'm pleased. Thank you. The BBC is the most used media brand, with 90% of adults coming to us on average per week. Now, I stumbled across that statistic in an article last week as well, and I cannot find where they've got that from. 90% of all UK adults are using BBC services every week. How have they got that figure? Because I don't believe it. In the last year, we have delivered on our public service mission to inform, educate and entertain with record numbers in TV, radio and online. Yes, in the last year, you may have got record numbers using your service on TV, radio and online because everyone was locked in their blooming house. But what did you do with all that time that you had people using your services for? You showed repeats. Lots and lots and lots of repeats, and you didn't give anyone any value for money. So your mission to inform, well, repeats. Educate, yeah, I'll give you some of that because you did have some school apps and stuff. Entertain, repeats. You know, your mission's failing. We know there is more to do, and we are committed to providing brilliant value and a great service for all audiences. Not anyone over the age of 40, as you've publicly said, you're no longer going to make shows. For anyone aged over 40, they're just going to have to watch the stuff you make if they want to watch anything on the BBC. So you're not providing a great service for all audiences. Brilliant value. All day long I'm getting complaints and reading complaints about you only showing repeats. Now BBC 4 is now only ever going to show repeats, but I'm hearing, because I don't watch it, that BBC 1 and BBC 2 are just the majority now of its daily schedule is repeats. How is that brilliant value? Someone please explain to me how that is brilliant value. I think the BBC just needs to get its act together. Now, you wouldn't see this sort of thing from ITV or Sky One. You see it a bit on Discovery Channel, granted, but because these channels are fighting for revenue from advertisers, and the only way you're going to get revenue from advertisers is if you're showing good stuff. And if you just start slacking and just chucking repeats on constantly, you're not going to get the ad revenue, are you? Which means you can't afford to run your channel. Now, if you look at Dave, when Dave launched, it was pretty much just Top Gear repeats constantly and a few other old BBC shows chucked in for good measure. But why have they started making their own programming now? Dave makes their own programming. Why? Because advertisers will pay more the more viewers you have. And you're going to get more viewers if you have your own programming. That's why Netflix doesn't buy in as much stuff as it used to. It's making its own stuff now, because it gives you better value and people want to see it, and they'll pay more money because that's the only place they can see those shows. Now, I don't think the BBC is providing great value at all. Do you? Let me know in the comments below if you think the BBC provides great value and did over the last year. If you're a man, does it represent your thoughts and feelings? If you're a kid or you got kids, let me know if your kids watch any BBC shows, because I bet they're just on YouTube and Netflix, aren't they? And I think that's my rant over for today. I'm going to go and calm down. You can tell I've quit smoking recently, can't you? So I'm going to go and try not to think about smoking, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.